What's up? It's Magic Marquise, and today we're going to explain, is astrology real? It's become very trendy.
A little obsessed over
How I interpret astrology, I'm going to explain it that way, and if you follow along, if it makes sense, it may open up your mindset and perspective if it doesn't resonate. So let me start by saying I heard a while ago that each zodiac represented a principle of righteousness, kind of like a cookie cutter of characteristics, if you will. With that being said, that's where the houses and the planets come into play, and why you have different signs in each house or the planets and stuff in your birth chart. So almost every sign, if you look, is associated with an animal. And to me, how I interpret the zodiacs in that manner is your animalistic traits. Your animalistic traits being
part of your ego.
if you're taming those animalistic traits, then you'll be whole, you'll be pure again. And usually when I think of whole, I usually correlate it with a circle. Something circular, round. I mean, whole could be anything, but that's usually the first associated thought. And with that being said, that leads me into the wheel of the zodiac. So I did hear one time also that if you tell somebody that they are going in circles, that means they're not going anywhere. So if we're stuck on the wheel of the zodiac, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be stuck. But it's up to you to tame those animalistic traits
And get out of the wheel of the zodiac.
tame your zodiacs, tame your animals, and
then become whole again.
become one in his image. So there's 12 zodiacs, and they're basically 12 principles of righteousness. I correlated that with the photo of the Last Supper, with Jesus in the middle, the Son is the play on words, S-O-N-S-U-N, and the 12 disciples. The 12 disciples representing each principle of righteousness. So the root word of discipline is disciple, which comes from the Latin word discipulus. I may be saying that incorrectly. But neither here nor there, it means one who studies. So, are the disciples studying Jesus? And he being the 13th? the modeling one, so they could be in his image. Each different zodiac or righteous principle would make up the 13th, wouldn't it? Okay, so as far as the principles of righteousness, let's go through the zodiac real quick. So we have, starting off with Aries, that's standing up for what's right. That's like the spiritual warrior. Taurus is, what are your values? What do you value in life? Home and beauty, stability. Gemini is understanding, very analytical. Gemini is research. That's like collecting information. Cancer, family, heritage, nurturing energy. Leo is your creativity, your inner child, children, your pleasure. Whatever your ruling energy is, that's going to be your ego identifier. Virgo is the healer. It represents health, time management, organization. The purger, the purifier, cleansing is Virgin Mary energy. Libra, partnerships, justice, balance, equality.
Balancing those scales.
Scorpio is bonding and transformation. Sagittarius is spiritual wisdom, intellectual. Sagittarius usually are very intellectual, so they like to read. They like a lot of wordplay. Capricorn is sacrifice and humbleness. Aquarius is humanitarianism. Aquarius is also bestowing knowledge. Aquarius can be analytical. Detachment. Sometimes you can let go or be reclusive out of spite. And then Pisces is compassion, putting yourself first. That's something that Pisces normally struggle with, is putting others before them because they have such a big heart. But Pisces, that energy, tame that energy, depending on what house it's in, like all these signs are in, they're going to affect you differently. discipline your 12 frequencies of energy, which is your zodiacs. If you discipline those animalistic traits, you can get out of that beast mentality, that animalistic, that survival mode, that energy that brings you to a lower vibration. Not necessarily to say like the zodiacs are all evil, but it's really just here to help us learn to discipline these traits to optimize our human experience here on earth. Basically, it's to learn how to work with instead of against, and it'll make your life a lot smoother by knowing thyself. That's all it is. Disciplining these animalistic traits so that you are no longer a slave to them, because that's what's colonized is your mind. You're a slave to different things. Don't be a slave to astrology, like getting obsessed with it. Learn what you need to learn as far as to discipline yourself, because if everybody lights up their own house, the whole block will be lit. So this also is somewhat sort of why I don't really believe in
zodiac compatibility
amongst just two specific signs, because we're all of them. We have genetic makeup of many different signs and how they affect us in these different houses on your birth chart. When you align to your higher self, to that 13th zodiac, that kundalini energy, it doesn't matter, like you'll attract someone that's in your same frequency. Like energy attracts like energy. Your vibe will attract your tribe. Literally, if somebody's on the same frequency as you, nobody else is gonna matter. There's nothing really anybody else can say or do if you guys are on the same frequency.
if
You're on the same frequency. My advice is to balance yourself, discipline yourself. You'll get what you want because you'll be in that energy of attracting. You'll be in a higher vibration. It'll be easier to manifest the things that you want. That's all I got for y'all. So if it made sense, like and comment below. Thanks for watching.